Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Science. I thought I'd start today's episode with a test.
You just witnessed a crime. You're the only witness, and you got a good look at the perp. Think you can remember their face? Let's do a test. Here's the face. Don't pause the video, I'll leave it up for a few seconds, and we'll see if you remember them at the end. Humans are bad at noticing, worse at remembering, but absolutely convinced we're great at both. For one, our brains don't record reality like a video camera. We suffer from inattentional blindness. In a famous 1999 study, psychologists asked viewers to count how many times players wearing white passed the basketball. People counted, but completely missed the gorilla walking past. We also have what's called change blindness. In another test, researchers swapped out the person a stranger was actively talking to, and most didn't even notice it was literally a different person. Okay, so if we're so bad at all the other things, what are we actually good at? Well, reading human emotions, detecting threats, and picking up on subtle shifts in tone or microexpressions. From an evolutionary standpoint, those mattered a lot more than remembering somebody's shirt color. Okay, test time. How'd you do? Can you correctly identify the perpetrator? Okay, but what about all the other things that changed in this video?
Before launching their mission back in April, the crew of Artemis 2 stopped to play cards.
Yeah, this is a fun time for the crew. Kind of relax a little bit, play a card game with the chief. You can see Scott Tingle there is the dealer today. Looks like they're playing high card wins.
This is a long-held NASA tradition that dates back to the 1960s. The crew plays cards until the commander loses, the idea being that losing burns off any bad luck before the mission begins. Everything went to plan, and it was a huge success, which could pave the way for the first crewed moon landing in over 50 years.
The Wii is so much simpler than it looks. The sensor bar is just two infrared lights that the remote uses to figure out where the TV is. That means you can actually replace this with two candles.
If you put a group of people in an open space and tell them to walk around freely, something interesting happens. Without any instruction, most people will begin moving counterclockwise. A study published this year ran experiments across Spain and Japan to find out why. Groups of varying sizes were tracked from above as they walked freely in circular arenas and open schoolyards. The counterclockwise pattern appeared every time, regardless of crowd size, nationality, or whether participants were left or right-handed. Researchers also tested children as young as 5 and got the same result. What is surprising is that this does not appear to be a social behavior. People are not copying each other or following an unspoken rule. The bias seems to exist at the individual level and is most likely biological in origin. The researchers suggest it could eventually inform how airports, museums, and public spaces are designed to work with the way people naturally move rather than against it. This is pretty cool. Back in World War II, the Royal Air Force had buttons on their uniforms that could be used to make a compass. A Paralympic sprinter and astronaut named John McFall has been testing whether a prosthetic leg can function properly in microgravity. The test took place on a parabolic flight over France, which creates around 22 seconds of weightlessness per arc, long enough to simulate conditions on the International Space Station. Because there is no gravity to keep a runner grounded, McFall was strapped to the treadmill using cords and harnesses to simulate body weight. The goal is to understand whether a lower limb amputee could take part in a long-duration space mission.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you mix a gummy bear and potassium chlorate? Well, I'm about to show you. It's not gonna see this explosion as well. Okay. Cecilia is no more.
Recently, NASA's X-59 research aircraft broke the sound barrier for the first time. The aircraft was specifically designed to reduce the sonic boom produced when a plane travels faster than the speed of sound. Instead of the traditional loud boom, the X-59 is built to produce a much quieter thud. On this flight, the test pilot reached a top speed of Mach 1.1 at over 43,000 feet, which is over 700 miles per hour.
7. Supersonic.
The goal is to use data from these flights to potentially change regulations that currently ban supersonic flight over land. A 65-year-old woman with Parkinson's disease played the clarinet on the operating table while surgeons implanted electrodes in her brain. The procedure is called deep brain stimulation. It works by sending electrical signals to specific areas of the brain to help control the movement problems caused by Parkinson's. She had been unable to play the clarinet for 5 years due to her symptoms. Her surgeon suggested she bring it into the theater so they could hear the results of the procedure in real time. The improvement was immediate. As soon as the stimulation was applied, the movement in her fingers improved enough for her to play. This guy in Australia captured this really cool footage of a meteor passing through the sky above his farm. This bottle of water freezes almost instantly the moment it's shaken. This happens because the water has been supercooled, meaning it has been chilled below freezing point without actually turning to ice. This is possible when the water is very pure and kept completely still, as there are no particles or disturbances to trigger the freezing process. The moment the bottle is shaken, it gives the water molecules the disruption they need to begin forming ice crystals. Once that process starts, it spreads through the entire bottle almost instantaneously. On July 10th, China successfully recovered an orbital-class rocket for the first time. The booster separated from the upper stage shortly after launch, then returned and landed vertically on an offshore platform about 6 minutes later. This is what a regular smartphone flashlight looks like in the dark. It's not very impressive, and this is what the most powerful handheld flashlight in the world looks like. One of my subscribers sent in this video of a butterfly hatching from its chrysalis. As it emerges, its wings are completely folded and soft. Over the following hours, the butterfly pumps fluid through its wings to expand them before they harden enough to fly. This is a demonstration of an oscillating chemical reaction using a compound called indigo carmine. The solution cycles through yellow, red, and green by repeatedly changing its oxidation state. Shaking the flask introduces oxygen, which oxidizes the mixture and shifts the color. Glucose in the solution then acts as a reducing agent, pulling it back to its original state. The cycle then repeats. The color changes are not random. They are a visible record of the chemical reactions happening inside the flask in real time. A deep-sea anglerfish was spotted in shallow, open water off the coast of Tenerife last year, something that almost never happens. The species normally lives at depths of up to 1,500 meters, where there is little to no light. It uses a bioluminescent lure that hangs from its head to attract prey. Sightings like this are extremely rare, and most recorded encounters have been larvae, dead specimens, or footage captured by deep-sea submarines. Nobody knows why this one came to the surface.
A water balloon, a lighter, and paper, and a fire extinguisher, okay? If I were to take this water balloon and put it here, it doesn't go in, right? Yeah. Like, if I were to really squeeze it, I'd probably pop it. If you change how matter interacts with one another, would you consider this a solid?
Well,
yeah, it's kind of like a solid or a liquid, but if you have the different types of matter interact with one another, things can change.
Ooh,
Fire!
Hey guys. Rest in peace to school. You have to be careful. You
see it going?
Yeah. Oh my god.
One of my subscribers has a Trebuchet in their backyard and wanted to share it with all of you.
3, 2, 1.
That is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.